Hey travelers, today on the channel we're going to go ahead and start Manor Lords. So I do want to preface this by saying that I played this game for 3 hours yesterday on the day it released. So today is Saturday and you will see this video Tuesday. And it released Friday and I played for 3 hours to be able to figure out how to play this game without having all my people starve to death or flee or anything like that, because the series I want to play on the channel is not one where it starts out that horrible. Like, it's okay if it ends there, because these kinds of games end in starvation and death and all that stuff a lot of the time. But I didn't want to start out that way, so yeah. I also wanted to say that I am by no means an expert at this game nor good at it, but I do want to say that there are a couple of things that are really important, and the one is when you load your map, if your berries and your animals are too far apart, your people don't have access to enough food automatically right away. Now, there's no way to fix that I've found. If you have tips about that, please let me know what they are. My only thing I've been doing to kind of fix that problem is just re-rolling. Like, basically just restarting a new game until I get a map that's not got berries and animals in completely disparate points of the map that would make it impossible, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention is that I think this game is a lot of fun, but it is still early access. There are some problems I think that it has that are a little bizarre. Like, for example, there are no bodies of water anywhere on the map. You can't fish, which is strange. And there are no, like I said, there are no lakes, there are no rivers, there are no streams, there's groundwater, and that's it. And I find that completely bizarre. Now, I'm hoping the devs might add that functionality in once it comes out and released, but there's no information that they will, so yeah. Alright, so I have set up my conditions to be the growth game, the peaceful game, with bandits. I've given us extra food, and I've turned off the weather destroying supplies. Now, that's just because this is my first playthrough on the channel. The next playthrough of this game on the channel, I'll probably just do the peaceful settings as they are. But again, with bandits, because bandits are important to your overall town growth. They just are. So that's how we're going to go, and let's jump into it. Today we're just going to basically start our city. So victory condition is growth. Where others see trouble, you see potential. These lands shall become rich and prosperous under your skillful management. Reach the large town settlement level to achieve victory. So here's where we're starting. I'm paused. This is our starting stuff. This is our homeless people tents and the supplies we have. The 1 ox, the hitching post, the supplies. I turned off weather being able to degrade this stuff, so it won't, because it was really, really obnoxious. And now we're going to see where our stuff is and see if we've got a good map. So right now, I feel like we do have an okay map point because we've got berries over here and wild animals over here. So I'm probably going to move our settlement in this direction. And it's going to take time for them to move stuff, but they will. It's not like they won't. It takes time, and it can really be a lot of effort, but they will. For now, we're going to go ahead and rename our city. I'm just going to rename it the title of my channel. If you would like to submit a name for our city, please go ahead and leave me a comment about what you'd like it to be called, and I'd be happy to change the name of our city based on people's examples or suggestions. So that's that in terms of our map. We are in this upper corner. When I played before, I was in the middle once, and I was way down here once, so I find it very interesting that we're up here. I'm happy about that. I think the best place to take over next would be this one and this one, obviously, rather than this middle section, but we'll see if we're able to even get there. So then for the start of our village, basically, I just want to come in here and we do want to go ahead and connect it to the King Road, but I'm going to wait to connect it all the way until later in the game. This is our animal deposit, so we want the hunting lodge to be close to it, and we want the forager to be close to the berries. That's just the way that works. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get the supplies up off the ground and figure out where our housing is going to be. Now, we really have limited resources at first. I have double the resources that the game usually starts with, and that will be really good for us, but we do have limited resources at first. So basically, we really do want to get the hunting and the forager camp up and going, and we want to get storage for both of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and put the granary in the middle of these two areas because that way we'll be able to have food. And then we'll go ahead and put the hunting one right here, and they will go out and hunt, and once it's built you can tell them what their area is. And then we want the forager, and we'll go ahead and put the forager down right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and cancel that, just demolish that, and this one too, and move them to the other side of the road, because I'm talking way too loud. I'm sorry about that. Just so I can put houses on the other side. Alright, so then we need a granary, and we also need the storehouse, and the storehouse is good for all the other needs. But I'm going to put ours down here, I think, just so that it's not, so that it might be closer to like where we're going to get wood and things from. Because we're probably going to get wood and things like that from all over here and up here a bit too. So it's best if it's like that. And then we're going to go ahead and move our hitching post. And we're going to move our hitching post to right here. And then they will slowly but surely move supplies as long as there's someone in the storage yard that's employed. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and hit play as soon as we've popped down a couple of houses. We don't need to pop down all the houses possible. We just need to put down 3 to start with. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in this area right here. And yeah, you don't have to work on a grid system. Yeah, that's going to do way too much. You don't have to work on a grid system if you don't want to. I prefer to do so at first. You can design the houses to look however you want, but I just prefer at first to do the grid system type thing. And then we want a market, and I'm going to go ahead and put it, yeah, autosave is on, put it right next to the granary. And we only need 3 market stalls, so that's too big, and I'm fine with that. Like, we only need 3 of them. So see, that gives us 2 market stalls, and we need 3. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a 3rd one, and we'll see how well that's going to do. Like, it doesn't want to do anything. It's like, no. So let's go ahead and build it this way. There's 4, and 4 is more than we need, but it's fine. And luckily that doesn't take any resources to build the market. Alright, we're going to hit play and watch everyone do everything. Right now we have 8 months of food, so even though it'll take them a while to get from here to there, they will. And that's important. Okay. And then let's see if there are any other buildings that we really need. We need a well, we do, but we don't need it as bad as we need everything else. We do need to see what our fertility is like. Okay, so see, now that we know we have emmer fertility right here. Don't have flax or barley, we also have rye. Okay, so now that we know that, I'm going to go ahead and move this hunting camp again. Because I don't want it in the way of our fertility. I don't want it in the way of that fertility. We'll move it on the other side of the road because I don't want it so close that it scares the animals away, because that can happen, I guess. Or at least I read that it can happen. And like, this is fine, and these houses will be fine, and we'll just put a crop field here when we need to. So now we're just gonna see what the fertility looks like. We have great rye fertility right up here. And so we'll probably put rye up here if we need to. But emmer, we only have this one area, and it's not wonderful. And then we have this over here, which is good too, but not like wonderful, okay? So we definitely want to take this plot over as soon as possible, or this one. This one would be fine too, if we want to expand to farming. Okay? Alright, so we're going to hit play now and see them do stuff. Gonna hit play and go ahead and watch them move in, and we're gonna fast forward by 12 just to kind of get them moving. I think they already are. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's coming down here. And it's still March, so they will build homes and they'll build all the rest of the stuff and they'll get it done, and then we'll put people in and we'll build more homes. And we need the logging camp. The logging camp's really important. The storehouse is really important because of the whole food thing. Like, it's very important that you have houses and that you have food. Like, those things are the most important. Let's go ahead and put the person in the berries. Now, the berries do have a, they have a season, okay? So let's go to advanced and limit the work area. Hold control if you're on PC, and then you know, push the rolly button. There we go. There's their work area. And there's someone in the forager now, and we'll get the granary done. And we just basically want to go fast enough to get these buildings done. And we want to get the logging camp ready, and we're probably going to put it over here. And then what else do we need? Logging camp. We do need the saw pit, but we don't need it quite yet. We have the granary under construction, which is good. And the storehouse is under construction. So we're going to go ahead and pause pretty much everything else, even the hunting camp, because we do have 10 months of food right now. And even though we need it, we need more of it more. We need everything else better. Like, more. We need the houses and the rest of it a little bit more. We are going to go ahead and plan out where we want the rest of our houses, because we need at least 3 more houses. That's too much wood. Okay, so we need the logging camp. And we are on 12 times the speed just so that we can get these first buildings done fast. It's already April, so we do need things to be moving smoother, and they aren't because people have to pull supplies from way over here. That's why. In case you wondered, that's why. We only have 46% approval because we have homelessness. That's why. But we'll just let this go as fast as possible until I feel like we're in trouble. And we're not in trouble yet, but we will be. There's no fuel consumption, so right now we're good. We will be good until about, I feel like September is when you really need the fuel. Good, the logging camp is going. And they will do everything else. Oh, that's not the logging camp. Sorry, that's the storage. We need this because then when we set someone up to work here, they'll bring stuff over. So we'll set up a family to work there. The hitching post is done, so that's good. We can upgrade this to a small stable eventually, but we won't do it yet. And we don't need to put anyone on here yet either. We will eventually, but not quite yet. I don't know if setting the priority on this game actually does anything. I haven't been able to figure that out. Oh, our approval went down, and that's just because of homelessness. It'll go back up as soon as we have some houses done. The granary is nearly finished. And then we'll move someone in there, and we need someone in the logging camp. The logging camp's really important because I'm pretty sure we only have 2 timber left. Yeah. There we go. And this person will run a stall, and the granary worker will run a stall once we get things different. Like, this person needs to not run a stall, the forager hut, but we need the granary to be finished first. I'm going to lower that 1 burbage plot. We just really need the rest of it built. But yeah, so see, the storehouse worker is moving the goods. And that's, you know, they have a cart, and that's what it. Great, logging camp is nearly done. Did the granary finish? Did they finish building it? No. They didn't finish building it. I'm not sure why. Cool, logging camp finished. So now we'll be able to put a family on there and get some logs going. And we can set their work area. So basically I'm going to set their work area to this area over here, and we'll see how that goes. Granary, is it finished? Yes, so we'll put someone on that. And we're actually going to take someone off the forager temporarily. because we have enough. So that means the granary should end up being the pantry worker. Oh, and we do want to limit the goods that get stored here. I don't want flax or barley here because we don't make any of it. No wax. We don't make any charcoal and won't because that's not... We'll have another place for the iron when that's applicable, which it isn't right now. Okay, we need other homes. People are gonna start complaining. Okay, I don't know how much timber we have. I think we have 2. Let's turn those around and build that. And then we want to build a bigger one to see if we can get a vegetable garden. Nope. Nope. Don't like this. I don't like that. Don't like this space. Okay, so now we have some more things so that we'll have some extra population. So now we want to prioritize the burbage plots and we want to prioritize the woodcutter because we will need him, or them. We'll need that family. Because we will come up to what's it called? Winter. Okay, we put some back on foraging. A bandit camp was sighted, and we will need to take care of that, but we can't do it quite yet. Okay. Alright, and then we only have 100 money right now, so the thing we're gonna do is put in vegetable plots. I also like getting chickens, but they cost more money and we don't have enough for everyone to have chickens. So yeah, and we'll have no homelessness in just a little bit. And we can slow it down too, which is good. Let's go to normal speed, and then we'll just go to fast forward ×4. And then we'll go up here and see, yeah, see, everything's moved. And this will disappear once burbage plots are constructed enough for everyone else. Okay, so see, they have all this vegetable garden room, and that will be very good for them. And we have this burbage plot. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and spend the money and give them chickens. And I'll probably do the same thing with this one because they're such small plots. But this one will be, these two will be vegetable gardens once they're done. Okay, so with this one, we want to go ahead and pause the construction on that because this one's already started construction and we really do need the hunting camp up because we only have 5 months left of food. So we want the... Okay, we want the hunting camp to come up because we do need them to have food. Like, we need them to have meat, etc. Alright, it's September, so I'm going to check the berry deposit. And it's seasonal, and so it will go away in the winter. So in the winter, we can have no forager there, and it'll be fine. And then the one thing I wanted to make sure I mention is that you do have to do a little bit of micromanaging for stuff so that you don't have people working at the stalls that don't need to be. Like the forager hut shouldn't be working at a stall, but the storehouse people should be. New message. Armament delivery. A strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Let's form the militia. And we now have a development point. We can choose sheep breeding, the heavy plow, foreign supplies, new building, firewood cart, yada yada, food cart, trade logistics. I'm probably going to go for trade logistics. Beekeeping would be fine too. Doubling the capacity of berry deposits would be good. Trapping would be good, but we don't have the hunting lodge up yet. So I think we'll go for beekeeping because it provides additional food. And that is one of the most important things about all of this is the food. And we're not even farming yet. But the trade logistics one is really important because opening trade routes can be very expensive. So I want this one and this one, better deals and trade logistics. But I feel like the food thing is really important right now. We don't want orchards. And we don't have any farms. So let's go ahead and get the aviary. Alright, and now we can go ahead and turn on... No, this is being built. Cool. The woodcutter's lodge is being built. We need it. We only have 12 bread left. We have 28 firewood, so we need this. This needs to be... The hunting camp's almost done. We only have one person. Berries are seasonal, and there's still berries. So we really can't afford to stock anyone else. We're gonna have to move someone. Cool. We're gonna have to move someone from somewhere else to be able to have that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the storage worker to put them on the hunting. And we're gonna lower the hunting limit. Oh, and we want to set their hunting area. Okay, logging camp is looking good. We really need the woodcutter now because of the whole it's gonna be winter thing. And we need these other two burbage plots so that we have room for other families. We've got our approval up to 43, which is good. We need to get it up to 50. That's really important. Oh, the firewood stall has been abandoned. Because it takes this worker over here to do that stuff if you don't have a woodcutter. I don't know whether or not that means people won't get firewood. We'll see. Won't maintain that one. Yeah, berries are still going, so I think they don't turn off yet, which is fine. Woodcutter's Lodge is going, and it's doing well. The logging people, we're doing a good job. We do need the saw pit in terms of its utilization. Oh, we need a well as well. They don't really use a well very well. Like, they go to it, but they don't really, they will be fine without it. I'm going to rotate it this way. I'm going to rotate it this way. I have found that rotation is a unfortunateness with this game. And I think if I wanted to, I'd put another well over here if we can fit one. But you can't because you have to have it line up with water. Woodcutter's camp is still not done, and I don't like that. That's not good. We do have some firewood, 29. But I don't know whether or not people have firewood. And I don't know whether or not we can tell if they do. This just is almost done. This is almost done. And then we can put... I don't know. We don't have anyone for it. Maybe the logging camp people could get put on that. Or the forager temporarily. I don't know. Let's fast forward a bit more. Yep, no unassigned families to guide the ox. Yep. How much meat do we have? None. But we do have 55 berries, so let's go ahead and turn this off just temporarily because we are in September. We have enough food for 4 months. Let's go ahead and see if anyone's working in the stall. They aren't. There we go. Now there's someone working in the stall. and this Burbage plot's being built, so we will have room for an additional family, and we really need 2 additional families to run our city. Like, we need someone in the granary, and we need somebody in the storehouse, because that's how the storehouse gets full up when you have supplies just sitting around. Cool. Burbage plot is finished. We have 30 left, and no one's moved in, so yeah. Let's check out our militia. We're going to do a spear militia because that's what we've got. We've got 20 spears. So we'll form that. We don't really have enough people to do the bandit camp. We're going to go see where it is, though, in relative relationship to us. It is way down here. We're up here and it is way down here. But we still need to see how many bandits they have, which is easy to do if you just zoom in. Like, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have like 20 bandits, and we only have 10 people in our militia, so there's no way that we're gonna like do that. Like, I don't think we'll beat them, and I don't want to try to beat them if we can't. Beating them is really important. It's the way that you make money easiest in the game is by beating the bandit camps and taking all their goods and money. And we need the money, we do, but we don't even have people moved in yet. There's room for them, but there aren't like people. You basically want 2 houses at all times more than what you have, more than your population, so that there's room for other people to move in. You get 1 family every month until a certain point, but when the family moves in is different. Like, it's just not, you know, it's different. So we have 3 months of food left, which is lower than I like it to go, but we have 54 berries, 11 bread, 1 egg. We will get some meat as soon as the hunter does what they're supposed to. Yeah, they have 2 meat right now. So I'm thinking the granary worker will go and get the meat eventually. Alright, and we will need clothing eventually too, but we just don't have the people for it yet. Oh good, the other Burbage plot is getting built, which is great. Very good. Cool. So now we have room for 2 more families. Or at least we will when it's done, and it is now. It is just now. We have room for 2 more families. So now we really want to plan out where we want our next Burbage plots. And I was thinking of putting them over here. This is the King's Road. Actually, it might not be. This is over here. This is the King's Road over here. I don't know what road this is. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, like, let's go ahead and plan a building so we can see where was our Emmer. Okay, Emmer is here and over here, and Rye is over here too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Rye fertility is really good over here, so we don't want to plant any homes over there. But we could put some on the opposite side of this farm, which I think is what we'll do. Not right this second, but yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and plan some Burbage plots over here. We're not going to plan this many. I don't want this many. I just want like 4 for vegetable gardens. And then I'm going to like pause most of these. So paused. We'll pause this one too, and then let's build a road. Cool. And then we're gonna be done playing here in a bit. And we can put another market over here, and we can put the farmhouse for when we need it over here, maybe. Okay. We still haven't had anyone new move in, and it's October. But like I said, like, there's only so much we can do about that. We have 4 meat now, and that's really good. We don't have anyone new that's moved in. Winter is approaching. 51% approval. So that is where I'm going to end this episode. We're going to try and build these things. I want to get another well for these people. I'm going to spin this around this way and back it up to this. They don't actually need the wells, but they do improve their happiness. And that's really important to me. Go ahead and make a road there just up to the well. Alright, we did have bandits steal stuff, but again, we don't really have enough people to take that on. Okay? It's okay, our approval just dropped. And I think it's because bandits stole from us, but I don't really know why the approval drops. It doesn't really make sense to me and probably never will. Alright, so we have enough food for 6 months. We have, where's our firewood at? We have firewood enough to... Cool. I think we need somebody else in the storage yard. Yeah, so that we don't have excess goods sitting around. We need the saw pit, so let's go ahead and put that in. And then we will go ahead and just stop it. Because we don't actually, we can't, well, they'll build it, but we can't put anyone in there. We don't have any extra families. Saw pit is necessary. The apiary is good, would be good. Not enough goods. Yeah, we don't have planks for the apiary. That's fine. We will probably plant an emmer farm over here eventually and rye up here. But we really need people to move in order to do that. And they aren't. They aren't yet. We don't have any new families. We'll get one, but probably it might wait till January. I'm pretty sure new families don't move in during the winter. I don't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So anyway, that is our very first episode of Manor Lords. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love this game. It's hard, and I'm going to say it really is hard. It's a hard game, and I find it very impossible at times, and the couple of playthroughs I've done were really hard. But it's important, I personally think, to play it through for yourself and figure out the best way that you like building something, and then go from there. The most important factors are food and firewood. And if you have those, you're going to be all right. You have to go after the bandit camps, you do, but it's better to go after them when you have 20 soldiers than it is with 10. I have done it with 10 and did succeed, but I don't want to do that right with this game because we just don't have anybody. You know, if we lose people, we don't have anybody. I'd like to get another couple of families in here first, at least have 15 soldiers before we do that. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. You will have the next episode up on Friday, hopefully, and this will be up on Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed the game. I really like it. We are right now sitting at 50% approval, so I think we're going to be all right. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye, travelers. I hope you have a great day wherever you're at in yours.